All right. Greetings, viewers, and welcome to the Tale of Cybil's Spear, Book 4, Chapter 2, our actual play D&D 5e game. I'm Silver, and as always, I'll be your storyteller this evening. With me are our players, AJ, Conrad, Dustin, Ernie, Jeff, and Saga. For those of you tuning in for the first time, or if you've missed a session, I'd like to encourage you to check out our previous sessions, which you can find on YouTube. Also like to direct you to our Discord server to join our community and interact with us, as well as our Instagram account. All of those lovely things can be found in the About section of the Twitch channel. Before we begin, I want to thank Smiteworks for Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, Sirenscape for amazing ambient sound effects and music. You should be hearing a little bit of music right now. Discord for our voice and video, and Wizards of the Coast for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the game we play. Tales of Winternoct is not an official representative of any of these companies, and the views and statements made during our game do not in any way represent those of the companies. With that, a little bit of change of pace tonight. AJ, what has happened previously on the Tale of Cybil's Spear?
Yay! So, in episode 1 of Book 4, we began on the Master's Prophet, the ship that we had booked passage on from Ashmain out back to Six Bells. Even though Alfred was a little bit trepidatious about getting on a boat again, Zedri was able to go ahead and assist with a cloth wristband on a pressure point, and we went ahead and started getting packed onto the boat. That is not to say that Alfred did not get a gift before we left, as both Zedri's dad and Tanner, his younger brother, were off in the distance, Tanner running forward to go ahead and give Alfred a burlap sack, which he opened up, finding 5 Atana berries inside of. There was a pregnant pause as he wondered why he got 5, and then they started to quickly rot in his hands. He told the party, and all of them kind of assuaged his worries a little bit, Zedri getting a little bit upset that maybe his brother had actually started learning how to cast, possibly Goodberry, and we were off. There was a sailor that sung a lullaby as we went ahead and moved. We were served some delicious meals on the ship. There was a poppin' plate of pasta that we were all given. And we had a brief talk about interior design because we were homeowners and we were going to be making it back to Six Bells to go ahead and be home for the first time in a long time. As the journey continued, there was a time where there were 6 bright birds in the night sky with sky blue feathers and these broad yellow chests. They were a little bit larger than gulls, and the party was able to absolutely identify them as skyrills with the assistance from a kind of creepy person who worked on the ship. Circling overhead, they started to make kind of that infinity lemma scale. As one went ahead and left, another one joined into this kind of different pattern that they were making. But then there was a point in which they all started shrilly shrieking, and they broke the pattern, scattering to only leave one there, attempting to go ahead and continue the pattern. With that, chalked it up to weirdness on the seas and continued. But unfortunately, there was a storm that struck the ship, because we can never be on a boat without troubles. As the lightning struck into one of the masts, we went ahead and all hands on decked it, even though we were told when we first got on that we wouldn't have to do anything. So much for that. As we went ahead and repaired the mast, grabbed the wheel, trimmed the sails, and began to go ahead and put out some fires. There were many issues, many rounds functionally, that we went ahead and attempted this skill challenge, but we were able to go ahead and not only fix the boat, but also save some of the crewmen that were almost lost to sea. As we went ahead and made it out and went out to dock, Alfred caught the eye of a tall, broad-shouldered catfolk at the end of a dark silver schooner. The sea captain was named Wallace and said a really ominous, looks like the sea tried to take something it couldn't keep, to Alfred, but it prompted a conversation between the two. And as Captain Wallace offered to share drinks with Alfred in a nearby tavern. Alfred wasn't about that life, said that he wasn't really feeling a tavern, but instead maybe they could go somewhere else, as taverns were something that the party wasn't super keen on. We opted to go ahead and go to the Fool's Gathering instead, Noria's casino, which was not so illegal anymore, but we got a private room with the captain. There was a painting of a ship above the bar, and an individual that almost kind of looked like Captain Wallace, but we opted to go ahead and tell him about the tavern. In response, he told us a tale of his own, one of being in love, of which he asked everybody in the party if they had been in love before, and with a lot of maybes, he continued his tale. He told us that his love was named Terasa, and she was lost after trying to look for something that laid in the Sea of Kings dormant. He admitted that even he was a little bit of a bully, making fun of her, and that kind of prompted her to leave, but he realized what he lost as soon as it was gone. In the belly of a beached wreck near the Norborn Peninsula, he revealed that he had found a key, which caused everybody to panic just a slight bit. It was of a screaming catfolk and a tiny harp, and he knew it had belonged to her, with whispers of her voice goading him into finishing something. Captain Wallace wanted to go ahead and go, goading Alfred on, calling him a coward, getting into this kind of big confrontation in this little private drinking space. But what we decided on is that we needed to go ahead and find a place that was connected to family. We talked about Captain Wallace's family connections, possibly Maidenthorn, where he had met her 15 years ago, but instead he had pitched Eaglefall, which happens to be Alfred's home. So Captain Wallace said that he would take us on his ship, the Lonely Moon, and that we would depart at morning. So suffice to say, we don't quite get to enjoy being homeowners, but isn't that just the life of an adventuring party?
All right. Thanks, AJ, for handling that tonight. One last thing before we get started. We will be continuing our current giveaway this week, looking to hit 110 followers. That just one follower has been a thorn in the side for so long. Upon reaching the 110 followers, we'll give away a set of stickers featuring character art of the party. Oh, there we go. Ready with visual aids. Same rules as we've had before. To enter the giveaway, you redeem 100 channel points to activate the enter giveaway option and then join our Discord. Everyone eligible can enter once per stream. You accumulate multiple entries until we reach 110 followers, at which time we'll choose an entry as a winner. Hopefully that's tonight. If you're chosen as a winner of the giveaway, you'll be contacted on Discord to get your mailing address to send you your prize. One note that I left out is with the lovely stickers are created by the amazing narrator of our recap, AJ. So this is not AI created art. This is not random clip art we found on the internet. This is one of a kind quality homegrown artwork.
Grass fed.
I love it.
Non-GMO.
Free roaming.
Organic, everything.
Yeah.
Free.
Gluten free.
Dairy free.
No peanuts.
Diesel on there? No.
With that out of the way, we pick back up our tale as you all depart the Fool's Gathering Casino and head home. A place we haven't spent a lot of time at since purchasing, but the opportunity of not needing to meet back up with Captain Wallace until the next morning allows for at least a brief respite and a brief visit to your 3-story abode. You return through the narrow cobbled streets to where you're pretty sure your home should be, and quickly able to locate it. The lanterns are lit. light emanates from the windows inside somebody's home. As the wind tugs at your cloaks and hoods, the storm that tossed your ship doesn't seem to have caused any havoc for the city of Six Bells. But those cobblestone streets are a little bit slick. Not to the point of being treacherous. As lamps flicker on the iron posts running down the street, casting warm halos in the mist, you find your home, the 3-story stone and timber townhouse, tucked at the end of a quiet lane, waiting for you, well lit, warm and comforting. As you step inside, you're greeted by the scent of rosemary and hearth smoke. Warmth is immediate, taking the chill of the night air or early evening air away, replacing it with a warm, almost hug and welcome. Your boots sink into worn rugs near the entry. Lantern swings gently from a hook, casting golden light over semi-familiar walls, as we have not spent a lot of time here. Front room, modest but cozy, with a dining area by the fire. Collection of mostly mismatched furniture that haven't had an opportunity to really replace anything and make it yours yet. Long table where it appears that there's the remnants of a simple supper for two, before a voice calls out from the kitchen. Who's there? Quickly, the familiar figure of Neva comes stepping out of the kitchen doors. A plate in one hand, a towel in the other, quickly drying and setting it to the side as she goes and wipes her hands on her apron before rushing over to take your things, greet you, and welcome you into your home. Thank the moons you're back. We heard about the gale. Half the docks are wrecked. Thought I'd have to drag you home myself.
Well, you almost would have, but Riora had other plans, it seems.
Well, it's good to hear. Can I get you all something to eat? Have you eaten? I'll send Tivka up to make up your rooms.
Perhaps some tea maybe would be nice.
Oh, certainly. Anything else?
I think a warm drink could do us good.
All right, I'll get the kettle on, and I'll be out. Get that back to you in a jiffy. You see Tivka for a moment as she kind of just comes out of the kitchen after her mother comes in and heads upstairs. Doesn't say anything, just sets about her work. You're left in the great room of your house.
Alfred will turn to Lonan. Welcome to our home. It's not much, but it is ours.
I mean, it's pretty nice. Good roof over your head. I didn't realize y'all had servants, but I guess when you're gone for so long, you gotta make sure someone keeps an eye on things.
Well, they kind of came with the house.
Oh!
Yeah.
When we saw, when we met them, we realized that if we didn't continue employing them, they wouldn't have anywhere to go, maybe.
Oh,
So-
that's. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. I just.
And we've been more than generously paying them way above market price. They
I would
basically
hope
live here.
so.
Oh,
I would hope
please.
so. Yeah,
Well-
no, it's a pretty nice place.
And if we only have the evening, we have to make the most of the lounging. As Zedri goes ahead and hops on one of the couches.
Yeah, we better make the most of it, as he said. I am gonna go run a bath. I will be back later, and Alfred will saunter up and see if he can run himself a bath. Wait, do we have indoor plumbing?
Yeah, is there an outhouse?
So you have
Do I have to
an
fetch a pail?
indoor. Yeah, basically somebody's gonna have to go get the water and heat it for your bath.
All right,
Yeah.
Alfred's gonna walk outside and go get water.
I can
Okay.
help you with that if you need it.
Yeah, if you don't mind, it'd be. I only need a couple pails, I think.
Yeah, I mean, better to have someone help you than to have to make the trip multiple times.
All right, I guess we'll grab a couple pails. Do we have pails?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sitting by the door, ready for use.
Yep.
There.
I can get that for you.
No, you're already making tea. We got it.
All right, you say so. What's the rest of the party doing? Other than lounging.
We, as soon as Alfred turns away, we lose object permanence. We only appear when he needs us to appear. We are at the will of his subconscious.
The entire world just morphs around Alfred, and only
Yeah.
Alfred.
This is your subconscious, so what are we doing?
On our way to the house, we passed by like the same shop like 5 times, but it's okay. They're running the background on a cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my favorite shop. Give me a break.
The discount got better in the window every time you passed by.
We nearly stopped like 4 out of 5 times.
Yeah, by the last time you were just more excited to get home.
Zidri will tend to all of
Eventually,
the...
go ahead.
Zidri's just going to tend to probably like the few little house plants that we have. I'll just go ahead and cast plant growth, water those, everything. Busy himself.
Eva comes back out and finds this is jungle now in the opening area. She sets about getting your tea, eventually comes back out, brings you your tea. The two of you going and fetching water. Are you intending to heat the water, or are you just going for the cold bath?
I can heat it
We're gonna
myself.
heat it yourself. Okay.
I have the means.
You quickly able to fill a bath. It's almost like no time passed at all. And find yourself with the opportunity for some solitude, rest, relaxation, and cleansing, I suppose.
Yeah, Alfred doesn't want to necessarily take like a long soak per se. He just wants to have the feeling of actually having a bath after being on the road for forever.
Considerate of you, since apparently the rest of the world is waiting for you, so... It's actually a fairly nice setup. in your bathroom, the one bathroom for the house. Nice, comforting environment, and yeah, feel pretty rejuvenated afterwards.
That's what we need. We need a little bit of rest and relaxation. We only get one night here. Let me enjoy it. Alfred will rejoin after like 10 minutes. What's everyone up to?
As you rejoin the group, find that regardless of whether anybody requested it, Neva has set to bringing out food. Nothing really complex, just a warm stew. Rough guess based off of looking at the plates that were sitting there on the tables, or the tableware that was there was that it's probably what was left of what she had for her and Tivka earlier in the evening. It's a loaf of bread sliced up on the table, and along with the tea, she's brought out a couple cups of hot cider. And taking anything she can take to do cleaning, gathering up clothes, gathering up anything else that maybe needs repaired that Tivka can work on, just doing what she can to set herself about carrying out her job.
Your footer will probably be sitting at the table, chair turned, so his feet can face the fire, probably eating slowly on the stew and then sipping on some cider.
Yeah, Alfred will come back down after his quick soak and grab some cider, and then turn to everyone and go, well, what do you guys make of Captain Wallace? What do you think's gonna happen when we get on his boat?
He
Nothing good.
seems interesting. I mean, I can kind of understand where he's coming from, though I don't exactly appreciate his initial attitudes towards his lady. Kind of wrinkle her nose. I can understand him wanting to help her again, especially if the dreamers got her.
I don't know why.
Right. Oh, go ahead.
As much as I know sea captains telling tall tales and exaggerating, something about his tale seems different.
How do we know it's not just walking into another trap?
I mean, even if it's not a trap per se, is this like the best use of our time?
Going
I mean,
to
we're
get
trying.
home?
Sorry?
I'm sorry. Aren't we going where you're from? How's that a waste of time?
Well, no, not going to Eagle Fall, but going with this man, and we don't know what sort of thing we're walking into. I thought that we would try to find more information on the Dreamer.
I just think it's funny that we come back to the same place that we were taken to the tavern, and just as we came the first time, here's a mysterious figure looking for clues and offering to take us places and get on my boat, there's candy. Let's go to Eaglefall. I mean, doesn't that seem suspicious to you?
I mean, a bit, but at the same time, it also would be nice to be home.
If you end up getting taken home, if you end up getting taken home, that is to say, we won't be trapped in a tavern for 6 months, knocked out dead at the end of a dock, sleeping.
What a pessimist attitude. I'm sorry, but I mean, Yoverdia can go ahead and steer a ship. So if it comes down to it, we have to go ahead and overpower the captain. We're probably better off as a crew than anyone else.
Until you swing at Captain What's-His-Name and he turns into a big purple fuck-off lizard dragon thing.
Well, in that case, if he does, then we face the Dreamer, and it only goes two ways, we win or we lose.
Oh, jeez, I'd rather it be we win.
I mean,
But also keep in mind, we'll be on open water on a boat, not trapped in an inn.
Yes, well.
I feel like there's less dangers. Traditionally speaking, less dangers when you're trapped in an inn than there are on the open sea.
Right, but
Well,
we sort of buck tradition.
I don't know, it all seems too good to be true right now, especially from what we just came back from. I don't know if it sits well with me.
But, I mean, at the same time, I told you how I feel about it. But also, it is our best lead at the moment.
Well, Salinas, you seem to be the best with people skills and such, and reading into people. How do you feel about him?
well, I'm still of the opinion that we don't need to help involve ourselves with every person who needs assistance that we come across.
I mean,
But no, seems
Isn't it-
dangerous to me.
isn't it a little, I don't know, if he does have some need to go against the Dreamer, then isn't it in our best interest to work with him, get as many allies we can on that front?
Well, let's
But
hope
if,
he's a good ally.
Yes, there's that.
If he is an ally to begin with, if he's not just a siren in an open sea.
Then take some
Get it,
earplugs.
Me taking earplugs in this situation would be very funny, considering that we're not on a boat. We would be going to a boat and plugging my ears.
Metaphor. Point is, how else do you suppose that we're going to get to Eagle Fall? Pitch a ride with another boat? I mean, better that we at least know a little bit about this Wallace guy.
No, my concern isn't riding with Wallace. My concern is that honeypot, Eagle. Listen, Eagle Fall is some sort of
Eagle what?
Eagle. You know what I mean. There's some saying that somebody knows what I'm trying to speak of right now. But my problem is that Eagle Fall is a honeypot. So if this guy isn't an emissary of the Dream or whatever, going to Eagle Fall would surely lead us back into the tavern, and I just don't think we're well equipped to handle that at this moment. I think we would be more in over our heads than we were at the beginning.
Well, then how about we go ahead and redouble our efforts? You know, the whole let's not step into a tavern rule. Why don't we just all go ahead and say that? That way we can assuage any worries that you might have.
I just might need the night to think on it.
Right, just be careful of any door thresholds that you cross.
Oh, fuck off. Don't be like that, please.
As long as you don't need a key, I think you'll be alright.
You're on thin ice too. Oh, jeez. I feel like this is a legitimate concern. Please, by all means, point and laugh.
It is a legitimate concern. Why are we not taking this more seriously?
I don't think it's that we're not taking it seriously, but I mean, we all know our adventures. We haven't exactly been the ones to take caution in our adventures. We jump at things without real say or vote. We say we're gonna vote, and then we go and wing it, essentially.
Oh, good. We should definitely continue that pattern and not try and be better.
I think we've been successful despite the winging and not because of it.
And we have been successful. And even in the times we have tried to be less winging it, we don't do so well with the planning out part, but we still succeed in our mission, our journey.
Well, what are the options that we can take? We can not get on this boat with Captain Wallace, or we get on the boat with him. That's our first option. And once we get on the boat with him, then we're at the will of whatever happens next.
I'd also
So-
add that this is, at least outside of y'all, my biggest lead towards the dreamer. Towards what we could possibly do about this. I don't know if y'all have seen anything bigger, but
Oh, that's what I'm saying, is that we don't really have a lead that's more prominent than this. We haven't seen anything that would cause us to go elsewhere. Alfred will just sort of like kneel down by the fireplace and start petting Cybil as she's like curled up there.
I just feel like we need some time for some respite. I mean, did he say he was leaving tomorrow?
We leave at dawn?
Oh, fuck, that's tomorrow. It's in a few hours.
At least they have pillows, and Zidra will go ahead and toss like a throw pillow over at Kiesel.
Kiesel, are you aiming it at me or just in my direction?
Let's see. I guess, yeah, sure, why not? So
It's a pillow.
Throw a pillow, I suppose.
Do you have proficiency in throwing pillows?
I have a young,
I think it's a simple weapon.
I have a younger sibling. I would think so.
I think that sounds fair.
Okay. Well then, let's see. Jeez. This would be what? Dex based?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Then Kiesel was waiting for the pillow to fall flat, and he was gonna react to it. Just it fucking hits him like right there. He'll toss the pillow down, and he's. I would assume Kiesel's like on a love seat by himself with like a little ottoman in front of him. And he's kind of curled up with his glaive here, and he's just relaxed like this, and picks up the pillow.
2 hit points worth of damage, 2 bludgeoning points for that crit hit.
Son of a bitch! What was that? Like a memory foam pillow? Golly! Put some heating coals in
There's a
them.
brick in the middle of it.
It was a weighted
Shit.
pillow.
I
I think it was like 10 pounds.
You'll take the pillow from his relaxed position, fluff it, and then put it behind him. Thank you, Sentry. There will be pillows there.
Of course. I mean, I don't know about all of you, but I'm excited at the very least to go ahead and meet Alfred's family. I mean, my brother did seem to take a liking to you, so it's only fair that I get to go ahead and meet your sister.
Well, I don't know if you'll meet Alana. I think she's been away for a while.
She's off to war, right?
Yeah, it's still tenuous. I haven't heard anything much back. Maybe when we get to Eagle Fall, we'll hear more.
If we
We'll be
can get to
closer.
Eagle Fall, who's to say there's not some sort of blockade going on? Like I said, who the fuck is this guy for us to just meet and shake hands? And don't you think that was just suspicious? I mean, he calls you a coward and says you're too chicken shit for this. I mean, he's goading us, he's baiting us. There's something on the other side that's not. It doesn't feel right.
I think he
well,
just
there
seemed-
isn't.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You can go ahead.
No, you. Well, I think he is just a troubled individual, but the conflict is towards the north, so hopefully there won't be any blockades.
I mean, hopefully, but shouldn't we ask people, hey, have you been running goods back and forth from Eagle Fall? No, there's a blockade. They keep crushing people and taking down their ships and selling people into slavery to go to Torsland. Like, I mean,
To be fair, pretty much every ship we've ever gotten on to go somewhere, we just met the captain and got on the ship. But
yeah, but this is one that doesn't pull out a fucking key. You know how long it's been since we've seen one of those? And the whispers in your head. I mean, I know I wasn't the only one hearing that.
perhaps we should.
Maybe this is just proof that he's a good lead. That, he's already being pulled into it, so maybe that'll help with the trying to find our way back into it. Because how else are we going to defeat the Dreamer without trying to get back to the Dreamer?
I think that the best lead that we have been given was that book that Percy told us about in Bavaria.
Sure, that's... Sorry. Not quite sure on my maps of things. Pretty sure that's the other side.
Yeah, you know where Varia is, right? There should be on
Yes,
every map.
I'm being sarcastic. Thank you, Kiesel.
Oh, well, I couldn't tell. I got hit in the face with a fucking pillow that felt like a brick, so...
I'm sorry. But yeah. It was on it's on the other side. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to go ahead and split things any more than we already have. This is the most direct lead, and you all are way too worried about this captain. Takes his ship over to shore, and then we get to go ahead and walk. Once we're on land, I don't think he's going to be doing too much. What's he going to do? Summon his ship in a forest? I think we're fine.
Decided to be a solid lead, much more solid than a book that may or may not still be where it was. What other kind of lead do we expect to get? Someone else telling the same story like we've heard before?
We'd have to get on a ship regardless of where we went.
Yes, correct. And I'm not sure that this is as good of a lead as you think it is. This is just a guy spouting some stuff. What are we going to even do when we get to Eagle Fall? What sort of lead is going to be there?
No, the lead is go to Eagle Fall. Duh.
You say he's just a man spouting some stuff, but if you look at it from someone else's perspective, we're spouting the same things.
Yes.
An old entity
I'm saying,
trapped in a tavern.
What specifically in Eagle Fall is the lead? We have something very specific in Averia that's a lead. If we go to Eaglefall, what then?
The emotional connection, trying to get back to the dream.
Look.
Oh, well, that sounds like the
You can just
least...
say it, Salinas.
It's a bad idea.
Look, I don't want to be rude. I know you're new here, right? But I think it's very suspicious that of all the people that he had to talk to, it was him. And I point to Alfred. Okay, none of us have what he has behind that ear. So the fact that he was singled out, he's being told that we need to turn around after fucking lounging around for how long on a boat to get back on a boat he pulled a fucking key in between his butt cheeks. I mean, please. This reeks like dead fish. This is awful. This is a trap. We are being goaded back into a fight we cannot win right now. It doesn't matter how many leads we have. It doesn't matter how strong we are right now. There is something wanting us to go back there that will keep us there for good this time.
Hey, Alfred.
So, instead of going to a location that does not move, we're going to chase a book that could have gone to the complete other side of the world by now. It's a lot easier to move a book than a location.
If we're just going to pick a location at random, let's just pick a location at random.
Citri's gonna look towards Alfred and say, "Are you homesick?"
I hadn't considered, but mayhaps.
Then I
Okay,
think
and
that's
if we're
probably reason enough. So, you know what?
Alright.
The key, this captain, sure. But if anything, let's just take Alfred home. I mean, I guess Yofredy, if you want to be next on the list, because and Salinas, we're gonna have to do some. Yeah. No, it would be Alfred and then Yofredy.
Hey, look.
If we are going to Eaglefall to go visit Alfred's family, let's just say that and not pretend that we're doing it because there's inherently a lead towards the dreamer there.
Hey, I'm
It's
homesick
not all
too.
apples oranges.
Yeah, this if we're just taking personal time, then we can take personal time.
Okay, so I think it's a little harder for you to go home, isn't it?
Mayhaps. I have a timeshare in the glittering mountains of Avaria.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Fuck off.
I still think if y'all think my story has merit, then why don't you think Wallace's has merit?
Because you didn't pull the single most incriminating piece of evidence you could have ever pulled in the history of this story out from behind you.
It was on a necklace.
That's different, though.
Mine's out of pity more than anything. I almost killed you, so I feel like I owe it to you.
Yeah. And I had no pants on, and that was a very awkward situation.
I don't want to think about that, Kiesel.
Well, you don't get to choose the memories that you remember.
Sometimes you wish you did.
Wouldn't it be nice if this was just a memory? We'd just be past this. So much bickering.
Did you just gonna cock back another pillow? To go ahead and throw it.
You all are quite argumentative.
Well, how else are we supposed to pass the time?
It's better than wrestling, or I'll look at Zedri's missing horn, or other things.
Well, one way I enjoy passing the time is going on runs. I think I might go take one. Anyone want to join?
I think I'll stay for now, if you don't mind.
I'll come on a run. I actually have a couple errands I want to also run in a different sense.
More than welcome to tag along. And starts walking towards the door.
Here, give another couple pats to Cybil and see if she wants to go out. Here, let me.
Roll for head pats. 5.
Cybil wants to stay by the fire. And so Alfred and Yoferdir shall go on a run together.
As Cedric, he's still in Salinas and let him fade away.
No, not quite.
Head off into your pillow fight sequence.
Whoa! Not that kind of manga, please.
All right. Alfred and Yoferdir head off on a run. Alfred, you kind of like directing where so you can do your errands?
Yeah, we'll head off to visit a friend.
Alfred does his best to lead Yoferdir in a run. And kind of direct him. And
I'll be
eventually...
cutting my steps.
I mean, Alfred has a 14 in con and 18 in dex. He's not the most like out or unfit rather.
Wait, an 18 in dex? That's actually higher than new for here.
Yeah.
All right, you head out into the darkening later hours of the evening, nearing full nightfall, as the streets around you grow quieter with each step, with each stride, as you head into a more merchant and artisan district. A fairly old part of the city of Six Bells. Uneven cobbled lanes, not as many street lamps, more so relying on lights on the front of the buildings. And pick up with your, I wouldn't say labored breathing, but a little bit heavier breathing with the exercise. Breathing in the scent of ash and soot from a blacksmith or other metal smithing type establishments. Before Alfred, you find a familiar building belonging to your friend and co-creator, I suppose.
Yeah. Alfred will slow up his pace and wave Yoferdir down. Well, here's one of my errands. I don't know if you want to continue your run or if you want to wait up for me.
I'll hang out out here, wait for you. I can do some other things to keep warm.
Okay, I won't be a few minutes. I just have to stop in and see a few things. And with that, he'll give a knock on the door and see if it's unlocked.
Yeah, the door opens freely. As you open the door, there's a quick little chime of a bell attached to the door. And stepping inside, the air is pretty thick with smell of oil and, strangely enough, lavender. Scrolls, cogs, half-finished constructs crowding every surface, and at the center of the room stands your friend Masa. We'll share that with all of you. Her sleeves are rolled up to the elbow, goggles are kind of skewed on top of her forehead, fingers black with grease as she mutters to herself as she's working on some sort of project in front of her as she coaxes a pink, melon-sized dragon illusion out of a copper disc about the size of her palm. It flickers, there's a snarl from the dragon. Hear it, you just see the facial expression of the dragon for a moment before it winks out of existence with a puff of glittery mist.
Hello. Sorry to bother. It's Alfred. What's What are you working on there?
Masa jerks up in surprise, blinking. She turns and she's like looking at you, squinting a little bit before a smile creeps over her face. Oh, you always did have a way of showing up when the aether's thick. Your ears burning?
No, why?
I don't know, sometimes that happens. I hear people say that. I don't really know what it means.
I've heard that as well. It's really confusing sometimes.
Anyway, this is just a little project. Pay the bills. Something for one of the rich houses.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully they like it. But anyways, said the aether's thick?
Oh, just like being in the midst of a big project, working on things.
Oh, I understand. Speaking of big projects,
Yeah.
how is the one that we've been working on? Or I guess predominantly you. I've just been sort of varying objects in.
Yeah, so most of the things I've been working on are going to find. Did you get the stuff figured out you were supposed to be working on?
I've got, oh god, remind me. I'm sorry. It's been a minute.
Your project has been to work on basically a battery, some way of maintaining the aether charge to work the construct.
Right, but I don't think Alfred's made any progress. We'll
check in. Maybe Brevin has. We'll see how he's doing.
It's coming along. Not much progress as of late. We just got through a lot of different things, and so we haven't had a breakthrough. But we were here for the night, and I just wanted to see what was going on.
Well, yeah, be great if you could get, make some headway on that, because I'm kind of running into a bottleneck where we got to get that part figured out to know where it fits within the whole mechanism, to make sure that I build the mechanism big enough to fit it in and that it works and can, extend everything through. So, yeah, any progress you can make on that would be great. So you're not in town long. I don't really have anything interesting going on, just working on that little piece of junk over there, but that should fetch a pretty good amount of coin. Fund some further research. I do have some probably call them like ticklers, some interested parties might be interested in if we could mass produce our little project. Make some pretty good coin, but that's not really all about the coin. The coin's just great. It goes, helps pay for the bills, pay for everything, but more so, it's a fun experiment. It's kind of cool to go push the boundaries and make things that maybe nobody else can make. And, well, let's be honest, nobody else can make. I make some pretty awesome things. You seem to be pretty adept as well, but yeah. Yeah, whatever you could do, kind of make some headway on that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, we found different stones that could be possible usages, but it's still a lot of testing that needs to be done, I think.
Well, I can help with testing. I mean, if you have like some, samples of things, can work with that. I did run into somebody who might be able to get us some Ethereum. It's gonna cost a lot, though. I don't really have the coin for that at the moment. If you possibly could help up on that angle, that might be helpful. I don't know if it'll necessarily work that much for the battery end of things, but I was thinking it's a pretty good conductive metal to transfer magical properties throughout the mechanism would be terrific.
Well, how much are we needing for that?
Oh, for enough for the whole mechanism that I have in mind, probably upwards of 200 to 300 plat.
Well,
I mean, you gotta have a good amount in reserve just in case, things do go boom sometimes.
Right.
So,
there are mishaps that happen. I understand. I don't have all of it right now, but I could at least get you started.
hey, anything helps. I'll make a little bit off of the dragon thingy over there, but projects only come in along every once in a while. I don't know. The other shops get a little bit more business than mine. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
What are
Just say,
they
like, one
doing
of your
differently?
friends was like a merchant or something like that, and maybe would have some tips on maybe how I could set things up. Maybe it's a whole scene thing.
Yeah, I could talk to Zedri. He's one of the other party members for my group, and he's got an eye for that sort of thing, I think, at least.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
But
What's not
anyways,
to love about the shop as it is? She just kind of like holds her arms out across the just terrific mess and disaster that her workshop is.
Alfred will try and like step his foot out of a wire that he's somehow like, while standing still, got himself wrapped up in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't pull on that. Yeah. She goes over, just like gently pulls the wire away from your feet.
perhaps the shop could do with a little organization.
I know where things at. It's perfectly well organized.
Well, for people that don't understand how we work, like they need a lot of like direction.
Well, I mean, if you want to stop by, we can probably look at things, but it sounds like you may be going somewhere, so that might not be something real soon. It'll be fine. Hey, that just reminds me. I got something. If you're going to be heading out and you want to try it, you can take it with you.
Yeah, I'm always interested in field testing something.
Terrific. Let me find that. And she goes and just starts digging through piles of different things, eventually emerging with some sort of an object wrapped in this oilcloth. And she brings it over, sets it down in front, and then clears some space, like just completely pushing this dragon device out of the way, over to the side like it's crumbs. Laying out this cloth, she starts to open it up, and inside is some sort of a gauntlet. Kind of catches the glow of the lantern light in some strange ways. Almost looks kind of an ethereal glow as just how the light bounces off the different metals. It's awkward, asymmetrical, clearly still in development. This is by far a prototype of whatever she's trying to make. There's some exposed filaments, overlapping plates. The brass is tarnished. Nothing has been polished up to try and look nice. There's some thin glimmering threads of copper coil going through it. And occasionally some sparks going off with inside, probably not being stored in the safest location or way, and a little bit of an insect-like hum. Right at the wrist of this gauntlet, there's a small, irregular shaped crystal that's kind of giving just this faint bluish violet pulse, almost like heartbeat reminiscent, as it just goes and goes away, and just strobing a little bit, slow, almost oh my gosh, I cannot come up with the word. Just a slow pulse. And you get this really odd smell. Like, the room is kind of filled with this kind of oily smell, and as she unfurls this cloth, you get the smell of, like, burnt cinnamon for some reason. Alright, careful with it. She kind of, like, nudges it a little bit with screwdriver, testing one item, tightening up another. Doesn't always know where you end and it begins. But hey, give it a try. I'm sure it'll work fine.
Excellent. But what is it?
I call it a flicker bit.
Bless you.
That's what I call it, the flicker bit.
All right. So this crystal powers this right here, and he'll like point towards like the copper coil, and then it releases what here?
Put it on, try it out.
It in
I'm
here?
much better with show than tell.
He'll gesture around. Is this the best place?
It's where I've tested it. It works pretty well. You run into a few things, it's okay.
I'll give a shrug, put the gauntlet on. Is it a right or a left?
It's right.
It's a right, okay.
As you slip the gauntlet over your right forearm, contracts like very subtly as it kind of like adjusts to your form, and there's a little bit of a hydraulic hiss as it does so, and the metal feels cool but almost a little bit alive, like there's movement to it. So like something inside it is waiting for a command or an action. As you just like naturally start to flex your fingers and stuff and adjust to the comfort or discomfort of this thing on your hand, on your forearm, there's the split-second stutter in your perception of reality, as everything just kind of like stops for a second and stutters for a little bit. And your hand just looks like it jumps forward, moves forward a little bit, and then it's back where it was, and then forward a little bit. As you feel a flash of heat start to like race up your forearm, and a whirring sound starts to form and come off of the device, and it just like echoes through your body up into your skull. And as that crystal just like flares and then starts to blink fast, more of a strobing light now, and then it suddenly just pulses with a sudden surge of light, and before you can react, your body blinks and you don't realize you're gone before you reappear 10 feet away. And looking back to try and adjust to where you were, you can see just a faint after image of yourself back where you were. As it's almost like you have double vision, or like you're seeing into the past to see yourself. There's this subtle mirage of an Alfred wearing this gauntlet 10 feet back where you started at. And Masa just like claps excitedly. As for the moment, 5-6 seconds, you appear to be in two places at once.
We'll look at Alfred, and then after the time has passed, I guess the image will disappear, and then he'll look back at Masa. Did that work as intended? That was interesting.
Well, you were there. You're here. So, yep. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2. You were both here and there for a little bit. That's goal number 2. And you didn't burst into flame or explode. So, I think success.
Right. It felt quite warm. Do we need some sort of like flame retardant or something like that, or an
I probably
extinguisher?
work on the heat sink a little bit more. Yeah. There's a few kinks. But nothing that should cause any harm. I mean, it's been at least 6 tries since I've had anything catastrophic happen.
Okay. What was the last failure?
Yeah. Well, I prefer not to talk about it too much. Unnecessary, fear creeping in or anything like that. It's perfectly fine. It's been 5 times. Everything's been good in the last 5 tries.
Well, I mean, just more as inventor to inventor, so if need be, I can repair it.
Yeah, repair it. Yeah, so, there is a remote chance, very remote, 100% very remote. You could, like, go away.
Like
I said, it
die?
hasn't happened. Like, no. That's like, no, not like I'm gonna blow you up or anything like that. We haven't had that happen in like 15 tries.
Who died?
Well, I had some test monkeys.
Oh,
I don't have any
You
test
told-
monkeys anymore. So, human trials have gone okay. They're going great, right? It worked. Got you where you're supposed to go. Left the after image. Everything's great. Yeah, but slight possibility. Maybe you might not go the direction you intend. May end up in something. So I'd say probably keep 2 open spaces.
fair enough. Well, thank you for this. This is really interesting. I'll see if I can keep some good notes and deliver back.
Oh, definitely. You got to keep the notes. We need to have the notes so we know where everything's at and how everything's working. I'm keeping track. You'll be starting with trial 42. So just continue on. That'd be great. I think I have notes somewhere here, but yeah, I'll update them whenever.
I have my own logbook I can keep. Very interesting, like, power device that you have here with the crystal.
Actually, the crystal's actually more for just aesthetic. I heard that was a thing that might help with production. It just looks pretty.
Oh, okay. In any case, I did want to give you some money to get you started on getting the project together. And so Alfred will hand her this is a dream, so I keep all my money on me, and there's no risk of getting robbed.
Who uses
Alright.
banks and dreams?
The money appears in my hands. All 45 platinum that Alfred owns to his name.
Oh, that'll be terrific. I'll just put that here. She kind of searches around and comes back with a pouch. And holds it out for you to put it in.
Oh,
that's the savings
yeah.
pouch.
Perfect. And he'll dump the funds in.
Well, you know, if you're leaving again, take good care of the flicker bit, and you know, best get some sleep. I hear it's important.
Do you sleep?
Sometimes, not always voluntarily.
Right. Sometimes it just comes.
Yes, something like that. Anyway, you best not dally around here. You got places to be, things to do. Teleporting to try out, I suppose.
Right. Hopefully I don't die.
Well, yeah, like I said, that hasn't happened in a long time. You'll be fine.
Well, hopefully I don't end up in something.
Yeah, keep it open spaces.
But anyways, until I come back, I hopefully will have more funds for you and more answers.
Terrific. Sounds good. Take good care. Work on the battery thing. Really need to get that moving. And, you know, good voyage.
Right, maybe I'll go to somewhere where there's a mineral that I can bring back that'll give us the properties that we need. If only there was a place.
Well, I mean, you can find interesting properties and interesting metals and interesting other things about anywhere. Going anywhere interesting.
I'm going home, apparently.
That should be interesting. You said, I think, you said at some point in time, like, there's some artificer stuff there. That,
Right.
You know, I'm sure somebody's got something that could help out. Be terrific. But anyway, you know, just come back. Let me know how everything went, or don't. But if you do, bring me something interesting, something productive. Let's make some progress here. You know.
All right, well, have a good night. May Infernus be with you. Alfred
She
will.
gives a smile and immediately just like sets back to try to figure out what exactly she was working on when you walked in. And she just looks across the mess of a desk, work counter.
I'll step back out into the cool night and rejoin you for dear. All right, still warm?
As you watch out, you see Yofir. Excuse me. He's out there doing burpees in the middle of the street. About how long was he inside?
That was like a 10-minute conversation, maybe. Right? At least.
About there.
Welcome back. These are good all-around workouts. Works a little bit of everything.
You've been doing that the entire time?
Yeah. Pace yourself and... Yeah. Been doing it since I was young.
Alfred will just shake his head. Well, let's get going. I'm all finished here. I appreciate you waiting.
Is Alfred still wearing the gauntlet?
Yes.
Oh, so you got a new toy? What's it do?
Yeah, this is something I've got to try out. We're doing some field testing. You know, I didn't catch how often I can do it, but let's see. And he'll try and activate the gauntlet to move ahead of Yofordir.
Doesn't do anything.
He'll just stand there with his hand out then. Well,
the magic word?
Maybe it just needs more time to recharge.
Fair enough. I suppose we all need a little time to recharge here and there.
Yeah, we should probably get some sleep before the voyage tomorrow. As Alfred gives a yawn.
Some of the others seemed a bit hesitant about this trip.
Are you?
Not at all. I'm out here for the adventure for you guys. I go where I'm needed.
I mean, I would like to go back home. It would be nice to see family, and maybe we could also get some answers on the way.
Nothing wrong with that at all. It gives me a bit of an idea.
What's on your mind?
What if we caught an earlier boat and went ahead? Of course, leaving a note. That way, the ones that are in doubt, by the time they show up, maybe we'll have some evidence for them. Sure, we may not have Captain Wallace with us, but...
Well, how much earlier would we get there? Maybe a few hours.
What time of night is it?
This point in time, probably like 8.
With Yoferdir being who he is, would it be possible if he paid enough to, let's say, a ship captain to leave in the night?
Well, based off of, I believe you have the lovely background ability of being able to secure passage.
Yeah, part of the pirate
background. So, with the city the size of 6 bells and the port the size of 6 bells, you can probably find a ship leaving at about any time. Whether you can find a ship that gets to where you want to go, maybe.
Oh, I don't think getting a ride for any time would be very difficult. I'd say we leave tonight, get a good head start on them.
Right, but my point stands. We get, what, 6 to 8 hours head start on them, and then they're upset at us for leaving?
Maybe those couple hours is all it takes. And that's if they actually come.
Right. We just assumed that they would come. I mean,
I would hope they would, but I don't... They are our friends, but I don't believe they would all show.
I don't think that I would want to force them to come out of necessity. I feel like that would, even if they have reservations, it might force them to come just out of wanting to keep us safe. I don't know. I think that we've always talked about the things that we do, and I think I would feel bad if we didn't consult them on it.
Both know there are at least one or two of the party that always seem to oppose. And as much as we've joked about it, about you being captain, you do oftentimes seem to have the most sense about you.
I don't know if I'm necessarily our leader if in anything more than some of the interesting conversations we've had, but I don't know if I actually act as leader.
If it means anything, I do trust your input very much, and in almost every situation, I trust where you would lead us. So, whatever you choose, I'm behind you.
I appreciate you, Yoferdir. You've always been consistent. It's nice to have someone that you can always rely on. But
Oh, why don't you head back? I may head down to the docks for a bit, in case you do decide. I will find us a possible ride.
all right. Well, if you do find anything that does suit us, then maybe I'll check in and see.
See you back at the house.
Alfred will make his way back home.
All right. You arrive back home. Decent hour. Lights still going inside, presuming the rest of the party is, at least some of them, are still awake.
I would say when Alfred reaches for the door handle, he would feel like a vibration of voices booming on the inside. Maybe even a chicken clucking.
I didn't realize the party room made its way out of the tavern. Alfred will hesitantly open the door upon hearing perhaps a chicken clucking.
Would we?
You all tell me, what does he see when he walks in? Because I have no idea.
We're sitting. No, we're standing.
Zedry's
Dancing?
standing. Yeah.
In front of the door?
No, over by the fireplace.
Over by the fireplace.
He has his arms crossed. And he's just shouting, I don't think that you understand. She's on the front lines.
Does that make it any different?
Right. You probably don't have the point of reference because you can't go back home. So how could you possibly understand a war between Baral and Valmar?
How can Zedry, this is ridiculous even for you. He's not the only one that's homesick. You're not the only one who was homesick.
And I got it out of my system. I'm not even trying to be selfish for myself. I'm
glad one of us got it out of our systems. But to be picking and choosing and going on this wild fucking goose chase and then just to put it on top that he's homesick. He's homesick. Please. Look how sick this boy looks. He's carrying a contraption in his hand. Does this look like someone who he's missing home? He's got toys here.
Lonan walks in also at that moment, like carrying a teacup, and she hands it over to Alfred. They've been like this since you left.
I'll go over towards Alfred. And what is this? I'll point down at the thing in his hand.
Well, it's a prototype.
Do you look down at my finger when I point to it?
No? I mean, Alfred's like, he knows what you're pointing at.
Oh, but you don't look down?
No?
Oh, that frustrates Kiesel even more. And here's another thing about this.
Kiesel.
No. This is not about fairness, okay? This is bullshit.
Right, we can work through the whole exile thing later. Right now, this is the lead that we have. And I'm sorry, but we're split
did
as
you even,
is.
Did you touch that guy? Do you even know if he was real?
What guy?
It's not the only lead that we have.
Right, because we could go out to Kalmar in Averia. Sure, let's go ahead and go. I mean, at this point, you mentioned it earlier, just pick a random place. Why not? Let's go to Crixia. Why not?
What's stopping you?
A boat! Which we have a boat! To Salinas. He's like shaking his arms.
Yes, that's my name.
I have a boat as well, okay? The same boat that brought us here, wants to done with the repairs. We can head back west easily as we can go that way. The only difference is that guy didn't fucking single me out because I don't have a fucking tattoo behind my ear.
Well, I don't think that he did. I mean, it seemed like it was just how it happened.
You don't get
This
a
was just
say
a
in this.
coincidence?
No.
Wait.
dream?
What do you mean I don't get a say in this? This is about me.
And it sure feels like it is about you. Not about me, not about him, not about her. You're still new. And not about Salinas. Dead for sure. No,
Well,
you're right.
yeah, it's about me because you're talking about the person that yelled at me.
Mhm. And why do you think that is?
Because he has trauma?
You don't think there's any specific reason? You, the only person here who was stupid enough to make a deal with the dreamer. Please.
Well, I think I also predominantly was the one speaking to him.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, so this whole, like, de facto leader thing that we ran with for the longest time, Alfred was the one who took up the mantle almost the entire time that we were in Maidenthorn. So
Yeah, because that's a running joke. It's because he's not capable of actually leading anything. That's why we make him the de facto
Hey,
leader.
I think
what
you're just
the hell,
jealous.
Kiesel?
Wait, what do you mean I can't lead anything?
Look at you.
Alright, no.
Yes, look at
no.
me.
No, Kiesel. What? Alright, I can take the jabs at me for being new. Whatever. I still am trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with all y'all. But how dare you insult one of your friends? Like, that's beyond cruel. You guys have gone through so much shit together, and yet you're arguing like a bunch of little children.
Where do you want to go, Kiesel? Where do you want to go?
That's a great question, actually.
Because right now, we don't have to go anywhere. I'm going to go to Eagle Fall.
You know, you can go to Eagle Fall. I can stay here. We can figure something out. But if you want to go and get put under a dream trance for 6 more months doing fuck all while whoever doesn't want to go works on something more productive, because you got lured by a big fish, be my guest.
He didn't get lured. I don't know what this is all about. What, you think
This
that you
whole
can
thing
go
is
ahead and go to
a
Avaria?
lure.
You failed a job last time you were there with his ass, and we'll point towards Salinas.
Well, if I'm going to be a lord, then I hope that you'll have at least enough decency to come grab me when you're sitting here relaxing at home.
No, I'm trying to... Alfred, I so much want you to not walk yourself into danger. Walk the rest of us into danger again. If we want to go home and see your family, let's do that. But let's find another boat.
Let's see if Yofordir comes back in maybe an hour or two, and let's see if he has a boat.
I mean,
He's getting his
why do
own
we
boat.
need another boat? Wallace has one, and I can't help but sympathize with what he's going through. I don't agree with all of the decisions he's made, but it's like having your loved one trapped in the dream is terrifying, especially as he's just found out about it. He also needs support.
Wallace isn't even real. I will stand my ground on that. I firmly believe in my heart of hearts, in the heart of the cards that I hold to my
He
chest.
was sitting
he
next
is
to us. We
not
saw
real.
him pick up a glass.
So? He's as real as you are.
I seriously doubt that.
That's
I
what we
can't-
call
yeah.
foreshadowing.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I don't believe what's in front of my own eyes. Fool me once, believe what's in my own eyes. But something stinks.
Fool you once, you get to at least remember the shit that happened in the tavern the first time. Some of us
And
came
God
out of there
forbid-
without all our memories.
And God forbid we go back and none of us do this time.
Sure.
That is...
Then Kiesel, don't come with us.
Okay. I will stay here. I will come up with a far better plan than getting suckered into this. And when I find your bodies asleep, I will keep them warm by this fire and try to figure... Me and Salinas will try to figure this out ourselves.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't see how going separate ways is going to help with anything.
You can choose to stay here. I wouldn't call this really separate ways. You know where I'll be.
I need to make sure Arlo's alright.
And by all means, dive right into the dream and find him.
Fuck all if we can't just have drinks with somebody. It wasn't even in a tavern. And Zerdra will go ahead and stomp upstairs.
You know, he's in his room and he's still stomping. What a diva. By God.
Salinas is gonna look over at Alfred, which kind of a vaguely hurt expression on his face. If you don't want me to come with you, I don't have to.
I didn't say I don't want you to come.
You did. Said I should stay here. And I can.
You should stay here if you think it's a bad idea. But I
Well, I do
would
think
always...
it's a bad idea.
Where should we go then?
I thought that I've made that very clear. But if that is where you're going and you don't want me to come with, at least let's get down the information of where you're going to be, where I can find your family, if that is where you're going to, get all the information down and we can see you then. And if you don't come back in a certain period of time, we will come looking for you.
All right, sure. Alfred will look around for a piece of parchment and a quill and start writing down, I guess, whatever direction Salinas would need to get to the Yates house.
You make a left, and then a right, and then a right, and then a left from the port, then you're there.
Yeah. Then you go up another mile and make a left. Turn left at the big stone. Alright, well, here you are. I'm gonna go turn in for the night, and I have a boat to catch in the morning.
Slingus will accept the paper, and as Alfred's going up, but I hope it's worth it.
I'm gonna make my way towards the front door, and I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna turn back towards Alfred. You're going to need all the luck you can get. So good luck leading your people. I'll walk out the fucking door.
Yeah, some leader I am. As he makes his way up the stairs.
And Kiesel walks out straight into Yofridir.
Oh shit! Hey, what's up? Hey.
Everything doing all right?
Yeah, what would it be? I thought you wanted to go get a boat.
I went for a bit of a walk, made some possible new friends.
I'm trying to make some new friends myself, you know what I mean?
Off to downtown we go.
Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe.
See you later. And I'll just awkwardly walk off.
All right, Zedri went stomping off. Alfred went upstairs. Lonan and Salinas, did you retire, or are you still?
Lonan would have kind of just, after Zedri stomped off, would have quietly just removed herself from the conversation.
I guess Selena's is still downstairs in the main room.
Okay.
It's him and Cybil.
She's comfy in front of the fire.
Alfred will stop by Zedri's room before retiring. He'll give a knock at the door.
Zedri will go ahead and come over and open it. He won't call out with the door closed. Hey, Alfred.
Oh, hello. Are you doing all right?
Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't know when you were going to get back. I was hoping we would go ahead and finish the argument before you got back.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was gonna be so much, I guess.
I mean, I guess it was a lot, but it just speaks to the selfishness of some people, because an angle like that still isn't more important than a war on the horizon, you know?
It's really hard to imagine doing this without everyone there.
Well, I'll be there. I couldn't possibly leave you alone on a ship, and like I said, I already have a vested interest in getting to meet your folks.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad that you'll be there. It just feels, I feel like a phony, you know?
A phony?
Well, as Kiesel said, I mean, I'm not really a leader, am I?
I think that you're one of the best leaders, and sometimes you don't even know it. Just do things on a whim, but we turn out the better for it. And you can't count every loss as a mark against you. You have to look at the wins too. You more successful than the ships that we've ridden on, at least.
Yeah, even if that's a low metric, at least better than those.
Right.
But it'll turn out all right. Maybe Yofradir even could find us another ship. He went out to see if there was one that Wallace didn't captain, if that was the issue.
I mean, probably most base level of things is that Wallace's bride is at least free, right?
Yeah.
I don't have much. I'm not very liquid right now. And Cedric will go ahead and pull out his pouch that he unpacked, and does not have much gold inside of it.
Alfred will give a weak laugh. I'm actually quite in the same situation right now. He'll sort of shrug the arm that has the gauntlet on it. It wasn't to buy this, but the the other inventor I'm working with to develop things, they lent me this to test out, and we were talking about the project that we are working on, and it seems like it requires a lot of material to test out. So I am quite a lot lighter now.
Well, in that case, I suppose it makes the most sense. I mean, also, if it comes down to it, even if we're stranded out in the middle of the sea, you already can walk on water. I'm not too worried about things that could go wrong with Captain Wallace. I mean, it's just an ends to a means, right?
Right, and hopefully what they said is wrong, and he's just a hurt man that made some mistakes and now is trying to do his best to do better.
I don't think it's a think. I think it's more so that he is. That fight that happened down there, I mean, I don't think Wallace could do any worse than that, truthfully. I don't think that he's the one to be worried about.
I agree. I don't know what to do about that, though.
No, but make it to Eagle Fall as quick as possible.
Oh. Hopefully we don't get caught in a dream like they said we would.
No, I don't think that we're gonna get caught in the dream. Okay, at that point, they're just saying stupid stuff. I mean, yes, there was a key involved and everything like that, but I mean, Wallace is more likely to go ahead and get stuck in the dream than us. At least we're being smart about it.
Right, that's one of the things that I was confused about, is we understand the rules that govern that sort of plane identity thing. So I feel like we're a lot more well equipped than we were previously, even though someone said the opposite.
Agreed. And I kind of left most of my paranoia back in Ashmain. So it's nice to not worry too much. We're extremely capable individuals, and even if we splinter the slightest bit, I think it'll be fine. So long as the two of us stay together. And Zedra will go ahead and put out a pinky.
Alfred will match with it. Yeah, as long as I've got you.
I have to finish unpacking. But I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, right and early.
Right.
Let's hope we get up. Well, at least we don't have to wake Salinas up, right?
That's honestly the biggest relief of all. I mean, with his luck, even if he was coming along, he might have just missed the ship plumb up. So, take that out of the equation, I guess.
Go figure could carry him, I guess. Again.
And walk on water, yeah. Okay. We're a group of problem solvers, whether we think we have the foresight to or not.
Well, hopefully we solve all of our problems. Yeah, no, have a good night.
You too. Citra will close the door behind him.
Yeah. And Alfred will retire.
Jofridir returns, finding Salinas down in the great room with Cybil.
Yeah, still awake, it seems. Everything still alright? Thought he's still on his way out.
Yes, I'm going to wait for him. Hopefully he should be back.
Alright, well, I'll be upstairs for a bit. Might stop in. And he'll head upstairs.
Alright.
All right. Where do you go when you go upstairs? You go for
I go to Alfred's room
Okay.
and give a little knock.
Alfred will open the door. Oh, Gilfredir, you're back. Did you find a ship?
Whenever you're ready to leave, wouldn't even need it if you'd like.
Alfred will pause for a moment. He'll walk across the hall and then rap on Zedri's door again.
Zedri will go ahead and approach it and open it up a little bit. Hi?
So, crazy idea. Do you want to leave tonight?
Oh, like right now?
Gilfredir's found a ship, and we can go grab Lonan.
Is Yerford gonna pay?
I can cover you, no problem.
Okay. Then yeah, let me go ahead and get my things packed, I guess.
Sorry, you just finished unpacking.
It's okay. I didn't really. And Zedri kind of opens the door more, and you see that a lot of the stuff is still like in a pile with like just the necessities on a dresser. Yep, easy to pack up there.
Linus is still downstairs, so we may just throw out the window.
Well, I don't know if we have to sneak out.
Yeah, we could just be going on the town like Teasel.
Yeah, no, I just... I want to get out there. It's... Although it is very odd that we're not all going together.
We have a tendency to split up anyways.
Not like this. Never like this.
I mean, among other things, Cybil could probably stay here if you were so inclined.
Yeah, perhaps. It might be better for her to stay and not get caught up in everything. But let me go grab Lonan and we'll get going.
Sounds good.
Again, across the hallway. He'll give a rap on the door.
Yeah, Lauren will open it and is like, are you all done talking? I kind of overheard everything.
Oh, okay, yeah, we just finished. Or do you want
You
to
ready to
come
go?
with?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I just didn't want to interrupt anything. And she'll kind of give a glance at Zedri before looking at Alfred. Yeah,
Alright, well, we'll leave in like 10 minutes or so. Get everything together.
I'll meet you guys outside.
I'll go ahead and head down with you.
Alright, Alfred will head to his room and grab his bag. Probably still packed.
Oh, Selena's, I'm going out for drinks.
Right, I will wait for Kiesel. I'm sure there's a good chance you will find him. Or not, he might be finding someone else to take out his feelings.
I'm Batman. I'm beating people up. You're right.
Yeah, that was the implication.
What do you mean?
Kiesel's in another bathhouse.
A bathhouse for crime? How are you gonna beat people up?
Alright, as Yoferder heads out the door to go get drinks, and the other three come downstairs. Any words for Selena's?
No, Lonan went down with you for dear.
Oh, okay.
Zedru will go ahead and Zedru will head out the back door.
You still have to go through the main room.
True. Yeah.
You're going out to the garden.
Zedru will just say, I went ahead and did all the house plans, but I forgot to go ahead and do the things out in the back.
This entire pack on his back.
Yeah. Yes.
Entire suitcase.
Actually, no, he has a bag of holding.
Oh,
That's
true.
Yeah, he just has a satchel.
So you may want to insight check Zedru's deception.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you know I gotta.
Good, of course.
God,
Woo!
gosh, I'm not beating it. Yeah. Oh, I think that had a modifier on it.
Oh!
It shouldn't have. No, but it shouldn't have. It should just be +1.
No,
Oh, it's still got the +6 in there?
Yeah.
You want to know what you got?
Not particularly, but you can say it.
You got 20'd again.
No way.
But you said it's just a +1?
Yeah, so it's a 21.
So it's a 21. So
Wow!
Damn.
So Selena sees through the deception.
And then, like, 5-10 minutes later, Alfred comes down and goes, yeah, I'm gonna head to the temple for a bit. At like 9 p.m.
Salinas doesn't say anything, but he gives you this knowing, hurt, like guilty fear look. And just doesn't say anything as he just watches you as you leave.
Alfred will give one last glance as he closes the door behind him. And you also see a hurt look from Alfred, but it's more of a defeated and almost as if they had failed something monumental. And then the door closes.
Do we have like a mailbox or anything outside the door?
That would be our rally point. Zedru's definitely going to try to go there after he gets out through the back.
Roll a d20. Go for dear.
We installed a mailbox.
No.
Okay,
Who
your
have
was
a-
gonna take a piece
A
of
gate,
paper
right?
and just kind of shove it in the door jamb between the door and where it closes at, and we'll walk off.
I still don't think leaving walls behind is a good idea.
Well, if he wants to follow up the lead in Eagle Fall, he will also come himself.
Is he saying it's like a test?
Maybe not a test specifically, but I guess a test of sorts. He may not be lying, but if he's not, it'll be a test of courage, I suppose, if he's actually the type to go through with what he says. If he's just gonna cower on his boat.
There's like an irony there. I mean, he called Alfred a coward.
And here we are.
Zidri nods impressed.
Well, let's not dilly-dally. We're leaving earlier for a reason. And we'll make our way down to the docks.
Alright. Find your way down to the docks. Catch sight of Captain Wallace's ship, but Jofredir leads you to a different part of the harbor, where he's secured a relatively similar ship, a little bit larger than Captain Wallace's, fully crewed. And they seem to be a bit in a hurry, ready to head out as soon as possible, just waiting for their cargo.
So, Jofredir, what kind of ship is this? What are they going for?
Sure, they'll make some other stops on the way back or what have you, but I think for this, they're mostly going for us.
How did you
Oh,
convince
okay.
them of that?
Oh, I have my ways. And as they're boarding the boat, I'm assuming the captain's going to be around somewhere.
Yep.
Jofredir's going to hand him a bag and look to those and be like, well, get comfortable.
Captain taking the bag and just like jingling it in his hand as he laughs and smiles ear to ear as he walks away. Best day of his life.
I guess we'll board the ship.
You find your way aboard the ship and head out. Down 2 members and a Wallace as you take off on the Ashen Maid and head off towards Baral. A multi-day journey that it'll take to get to your destination. But the Ashen Maid leaves 6 bells in the soft, quiet night. As the wind is light, but enough to get you going. And take off a few hours into open water. A mysterious shape appears beneath the ship for those observing. Huge, slow, deliberate, unknown what exactly it is, as it trails you from a bit of a distance, not directly below the ship, but a little bit below and behind. Only catch glimpses in the moonlight. Think it has eyes, don't really know what you're seeing.
Would we know of any creatures that are around?
Not necessarily for this part of the world that you'd be overly familiar with. None of this is not your local fauna for anybody, so.
Is it possible that Jofredir heard stories from other sailors, like traders and stuff?
Well, there's all sorts of stories of large, massive sea creatures. But identifying with the little bit of information you have which one it would be anybody's guess. Jofredir's go-to would be it's some form of kraken, just because those are known to pop up in the Slaver Sea.
Who else is out on deck with me?
Loaded probably
Off-road
would
B,
be.
I think all
Yeah.
4 of us.
You guys see that?
Yeah, it's kind of ominous.
Oh, it's probably a kraken. A little scary, but they do make good eating. Maybe not for you, that do. I know how you are with fish.
I appreciate it. Are we just gonna like leave it be? Just gonna do its own thing, or are they aggressive?
Well, I didn't exactly see how well armed this boat is, but with them being more traders, smugglers, possibly, it's probably best to just try and avoid it.
I mean, if it doesn't attack us, it's probably better just to leave it be.
Right. Why is it that every time I get on a boat, there's something that goes wrong?
Well, worst case scenario, I can walk on water. Sure, we can figure something else out.
Sure, if you think you're inclined to lure it away or something. I don't know if one
Well,
singular.
if more top boat sinks, I can make it work for us, you know.
Right, possibility of that, of course.
Yeah, I could lure it away too.
Doesn't seem to be doing anything to disrupt the boat or cause any issues. Eventually, over time, it drops away. The rest of the day passes without issue. Let's head into the second day of travel. Just somewhat strange fog as morning breaks. Silver silent as it moves across the sea. Sails flapping. Sea kind of loses its color for a time. Everything just silver and gray during your first full day travel. As you move through the mist, Guilford, you're keeping your usual topside watch. See this weathered wooden, some form of kind of like what you'd think of a modern buoy, just kind of floating on the water.
Keep an eye on it. Where we are at, like how far we are from Cybil's and in relation to everything else, would it be unusual to see one out here?
Oh yeah, we're pretty well at sea at this point.
Does it seem like it's drifting, or does it still seem like it's anchored in place?
Hard to tell.
Yeah, he'll pay some extra close attention to it, and also be trying to keep an eye out around.
Yeah, perception check. We're not rolling a lot of dice tonight. We need to work out those 20s of AJ's over there.
That's not bad.
18. Catch that there's some carvings on the wood, and you read the painted eye. Changes your opinion to being less that it's a buoy and more possibly a piece of debris off that ship still floating around. Months
Hoping
later.
let out a short, quick prayer to Briora. I just like a saying that sailors would typically say when they see some crazy stuff like that. But they'll just keep an eye out around.
I would say with the 18, you additionally notice that there's like a little piece of cloth tied to it and a glass bottle bobbing in the water. It's actually a little bit behind it that you couldn't see it at first, but as you more properly investigate, you can see this
Is
piece of
anyone else
cloth
think?
tying the bottle together.
Is there like, are any of the crew like paying attention or like really watching?
None of them seem to be really caring about the piece of debris floating past.
Okay. Just to be extra safe, Yofordir's gonna grab a rope. I'm assuming there's plenty of that laying around. Because I tied around him and the other end to the boat. He's gonna just casually climb down and off and try to reach the bottle to grab it. Walking on the water, of course.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get to it, and doesn't take much trouble to untie it from the buoy and return back to the ship. Little bit of water skiing in there just because we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, after he does that on the deck, he'll kind of tuck it away and try to find the rest of the Fantastic Four.
Boy, name dropping this weekend. We're not an official sponsor.
We could be.
Hey Marvel and Comic-Con. Just this small glass bottle. It's fairly clear, green glass, but you're able to see enough inside to see that there's some piece of cloth rolled up inside it.
Yeah, honestly, let's.
What does he find amongst the rest of the Fantastic Four, as they've been dubbed?
Alfred was on deck and casually watching Yofordir go for this piece of debris. He didn't. I don't think Alfred would have been perceptive enough to have seen what details it had. So he would have been very questioning as to what Yofordir was up to.
What about the other two?
Zedri tried to redeem himself with tea. So he went ahead and made some below deck and came back up. It's, we're 0 for 1, but maybe this time it'll be better.
It's during the day, right?
Morning.
Morning. Probably would be walking up from below with Zedri, because she does try to avoid being on deck during the day because so much like light reflecting off the water would, I imagine, for a vampire, because their perception is, they get disadvantage of perception in sunlight, so all the light reflecting off of water probably isn't great. But
Fair.
she could be, but she probably was convinced to have tea with the whole group.
Alright, go for it. Sounds like you find them all.
Well, I'm sure all of us at Cybil remember the Painted Eye. But that's the first book we wrecked on. Found this floating, along with the wreckage from what appears to be the Painted Eye. And he'll pop it open and see what's in it.
So what you pull out is a rolled up piece of linen paper. No writing on it. Blank. Just a faint smell of burnt lilies.
Oh, it's not a message from the dreamer. Unless any of y'all see anything.
We don't see anything different, do we?
No? On its face, it appears to be a blank piece of linen paper. That's a little smelly.
Interesting smell.
Okay, well, I guess I'm glad it's at least not a message from the dreamer, but this is interesting. I wonder why someone would wrap up a blank piece of parchment in a bottle.
Well, suppose we'll hang on to it for now. Maybe something will happen with it later.
I feel like I need to stop making tea. I feel like it kind of ushers bad things to happen. Are you sure you didn't, like, misread it? You said the painted eye?
Fairly certain that's what it said. I mean, it's not too crazy for some writers just to be somewhere around. It's just very coincidental for us to stumble across it.
Guess. Cedric will pass out the cups of ginger tea to everybody.
Gingerly take a sip of the ginger tea.
Thank you, Joker. Smells nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, supposed to staunch seasickness. I suppose get our minds off of that as well. It's the same route. I mean, went all across Old Moral, so maybe it's whatever.
Right. I mean, it makes sense that it would be here. It's not like we're halfway across the world or something.
Rest of the day passes without incident. The next day brings no fog, no clouds, open skies, Lonan's worst nightmare. But for most people, they're pretty happy with the clear skies, good winds, sun out in full, sharp and clear. One point in time during the day, you watch as a pod of dolphins races alongside the ship. Much more comforting and uplifting day compared to the eerie debris from the painted eye the day before. Near the end of the day, some of the crew sing a simple sea shanty that you're able to get caught up in for a moment, but by the time the song is over, it's like it's so superficial that it's just come and gone and nobody remembers the words they were just once singing. The day passes by without any issues, and you head into the third full day of travel. Before you reach midday, you catch sight of land up ahead. And in particular, you catch sight of Maidenthorn Harbor. Barely visible at first, growing with every mile. You see a storm off to the north that threatens what you would envision to probably be something in the vicinity of maybe Wiccob and the Norborn Peninsula. But it's too far to cause any issues here. Here the sea is clear. You have your destination. And as you near the harbor, catch sight of an albatross wheeling in wide spirals up above, circling several times as it looks as if it's watching over the ship before giving out a cry and disappearing into one of the very few banks of clouds that have gathered over the course of the day. As the captain makes ready, make your way into port. As the Ashen Maid groans a little, as the course is adjusted, the sails are slackened, and find your way, slowly making your way into Maidenthorn Harbor, a familiar, but a bit bittersweet location to be returning to. little bit of fog gathering on the water as you come in the late afternoon, early evening hours. The Ashen Maid glides into the bay, and you look out across Maidenthorn. City changed, but it is standing. No signs of distress, no signs of trouble. Signs of rebuilding. Signs of positive motion for the village. The dock groans under the ship's approach, slick with tide water and time, gulls wheeling overhead. Seaweed clings to the pylons of the pier like green ribbons left from a funeral. As you disembark the ship, make arrangements, settle up any debts with the crew, and you are on your own, the four of you.
As we're leaving the ship, Yorker will disrupt the captain and shake his hand and be like, "Thank you. You may not seem very important, but my friend was very homesick. It was important that we got him back as quick as possible. And hopefully it was enough compensation."
For that kind of change, I'll take you anywhere you want to go.
I'll kind of give it a smile and then shake and then get with others. I'll kind of wrap an arm around Zedri and then Alfred and be like, much prefer seeing Maidenthorn like this. Don't suppose anyone will recognize us and throw a party, huh?
As you say that, you see some of the fishermen on the docks start to wave. As attention is focused on you, you start to see kids that were playing along the shoreline like stop and look. You appear to have caught the attention of quite a few, that you are recognizable faces within this town. And catch sight of... Go ahead.
He'll just make a quick comment saying, oh, I could definitely get used to smiles and waves coming into port. Normally people are running and screaming.
Yeah, I think smiles and waves are better.
To make your way down the dock, you catch sight of a man in a patched coat approaching, kind of hobbling down the dock. Quite aged, cloudy eyes, and a pipe hanging from his mouth. As Alfred, I would say you're probably the only one that would really have had much interaction and recognize the harbor master.
Yeah.
That you should all be reminded to not pay him more than what you owe him, because you'll be there for the next couple hours getting change back. For those wondering about that, go watch book 1. He hobbles down the pier before regarding you with a kindly gap-toothed smile. "Oh, you're back, eh? Thought I might be dreaming. Heroes of Maidenthorn. Weekdays... -2 + 1.
We just had some scheduling issues, so had to leave a couple behind. But
Unless
yeah,
it's more of a casual than business trip.
Oh, very well. Will you be staying here long?
No, we're just passing through. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. Well, if there's anything I can help you with, just let me know. One inn in town, still under construction, but could probably get dry place to stay.
Appreciate that. It was good seeing you. Glad you're doing well.
Thanks to you lot.
We'll bid him farewell and then make our way to perhaps the only inn in town.
As you make your way further into town, uh, walking through semi-familiar streets, you eventually reach a fork in the road where there's this large stone, um, kind of almost a monument, makeshift monument out of this large stone that's been set here at the fork in the road, sitting under the shade of a half-dead, scorched birch tree. You don't recall this stone being here when you visited last time, but I mean, it's a rock. Uh, it does appear to be newly chiseled with words across it. Smooth gray piece of granite is etched with hundreds of names, all under the heading The Fallen of Maidenthorn. Wildflowers bloom at its base, gently tended but not arranged. Bees drifting lazily among them. As a breeze stirs the leaves with a hush like held breath. You'd smell the scent of incense from some nearby temple, filling your nostrils along with the smell of crushed grass and moss. As you examine the monument, a pachydeer child picks her way through the four of you to get closer to the monument. As she places a single daisy down amongst, on the rock, but just down amongst where the wildflowers are growing, and just looks up at all of you. Did you lose someone too?
Well, not really, but we helped as many as we could. And from his necklace that he's been wearing since the very beginning, he's gonna pull an eagle feather and one of the bear teeth and kind of press them into the dirt a little bit by the base of the rock.
The little pachydeer child gives a smile before she runs off to the west, drawing all of your eyes up in that direction as you watch her run off. Happy, a little bit of a skip. And you see a partially built inn in front of you. A large, half-constructed, under construction, new structure. Takes a moment, but you quickly realize that this is where the Hollow Archon once stood before it burned down. Sign swings in the breeze over the door, still gleaming with wet paint. That sign reads Flowers House. Edges curling with painted vines as it floats a little bit in the wind with a little creak.
Oh, it would be rude not to stop in and say hello.
Loden will give, like, she'll bump Alfred's shoulder with her own, like, I can imagine it's good to see the good side of adventuring come to fruition.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that it would actually turn out alright. It's nice to see it. Let's go in.
Your further will give a slightly sad smile before completely just normal casual expression and going in.
Zedri will join.
Loden will follow.
Inside the inn, warmth spills from the hearth, mugs clink, laughter rolls like surf against the walls. A fiddler's bow squeaks. No one seems to mind. Soup simmers on the fire. Room is full of the scent of roasted root vegetables, ale, and hearth smoke. For a moment, you think you smell the scent of the smoke from the burning Archon that fateful night. But it quickly goes away. Center of it all, behind the bar, stands a familiar catfolk, handing out sweet bread to the patrons, proud as a princess. She catches sight of you. She quickly leaps over the back bar top and rushes over to you, giving each of you a big hearty hug, even Lonan, before pulling away for a moment.
I don't
I
think we
don't
met.
think I know you.
No, you don't. But it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Lonan.
We
Blessings
heard
be.
there was a we heard there was a good inn in town, so figured why not give it a try.
Well, we heard there was an inn in town.
Some say the best
Oh.
in the country.
Only shop in town.
But it's
Ah.
so good to see you.
Blessing be. I'll give you a hug anyway. And she goes back in and hugs Lonan again.
Lonan will hug her back.
It's so good to see all you, and any friend of this lot is a friend of mine.
Well,
Your
Flower.
will hand her a couple coins and be like, oh, why don't we get some drinks? I do look busy.
Money's no good here. I'll get you a little bit of everything. You just go find yourself a table. I'll be right with you.
Well, thank you so much. Alfred will scan the room and look for some table in the corner.
Easily find one.
Does the floor still have hay?
No, this is upscale.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Zedri,
We're moving up.
yeah, Zedri is like fascinated by the redone architecture because this place is nice.
He's doing great. It's good to see.
Doesn't take too long before Flower is back with some assistance. As lays out platters of food and drink. And it just like quickly just grabs a seat with all of you. So, what brings you back to these parts? I don't suppose little old me.
Our captain here was homesick.
We're on our way to Eagle Fall.
Oh, you still got a mighty long journey ahead of you.
Right, so I don't suppose you have a place for us to stay.
I will give you the best rooms, the only rooms I have. That part's still a little bit under construction, but I can get 4 rooms put together, not a problem.
But you,
Well, I don't think we need 4 rooms. We don't have to put you out of your entire business.
Oh, least I can do.
would you at least let us pay for them? I know you said that our money's not good here, but feels wrong to get food and board.
Well, I will protest a little bit, but I suppose if you insist, definitely could always use the coin. Be honest, Jenica had to lend a bit to get this all set up.
How is her business going these days?
She doing all right.
Well, it seems like everything's turning out all right around here. Everyone's rebuilding, and I don't know. It seems nice.
We're getting there. It'll still take some time, but thanks to all of you, and see you're missing a few. Hope nothing terrible happened to Selena's Kiesel and Vol.
Oh, well,
No, just scheduling issues.
Salinas and Kiesel had other business to attend to, and Lonan will kind of scratch the back of her head. Volt's, I mean, I haven't met him personally. He's been off doing his own thing, I guess.
It's just
Well, I
us.
suppose as long as they're all safe.
This is, yeah, we're just escorting our friend home.
Well, I will make sure you have a pleasant stay here tonight. You can pay for the rooms, but I'm going to make sure that you are all well fed and comfortable with food and drink, and that much is on me.
Okay.
Well, we'll try to protest, but we appreciate you so much.
Oh, not a problem. No problem at all. As you, she takes her leave to go tend to the other tables, tend to the other patrons as the place starts to fill up as evening approaches. Notice the individual with the squeaky fiddle takes a place by the hearth and begins to play a tune with special attention looking in your direction as you listen to this individual start to play what you quickly determine to be some sort of ballad of Cybil's spear. Sings through verse upon verse, the chorus picking up, the crowd singing along with the chorus all the way through it as you listen to this person sing somewhat awkwardly and inaccurately of your party's exploits, primarily centered around what happened in Maidenthorn. A few confusing points here and there where they make reference to Salinas being nature-oriented. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what's there. Some other strange references that don't seem quite placed, but I guess you had to be there to really get the full story. This guy's doing the best he can. It's not a great performance, but there's still that a certain amount of endearment and excitement to hear your names in song. Even if there's some awkwardness of bringing up the two individuals not with you right now and the one individual who hasn't been with you for quite some time.
Your will lean over to Lonan. Well, speaking of Vault, honestly, it may be best you've never met him. I mean, he's not a bad person, but he's very intrusive. And you seem like a very reserved and private person. He would not like that.
I mean, I'm not so much as reserved. I can be a bit nosy myself, but she'll kind of shrug. I just don't have much going on for me, I'll be honest. I'm pretty simple.
I mean, I'm sure part of it is he was some sort of investigator, but he seemed to have an obsession over Kiesel's last name. Ah, but oh well. I don't know if he told you this, but no, I've attacked party members unintentionally.
I'm sorry?
Here was where I actually almost, Alfred, I'm sure you remember. So sorry. I may have been very close to taking his life.
I'm sorry. And I mean this with
It wasn't
with
his fault.
No offense. You've almost killed your party members and they kept you around?
Well, unintentionally. I just seem to have a tendency when there's things that control you, they always go for me. In this case, it was a mushroom. Or, I guess, many mushrooms.
A mushroom.
Yeah.
Mind
The whole
controls
system
you
of
and
the monastery.
almost
They had control
killing
of the whole town.
your friends.
Right, you just listened to the story, didn't you?
I mean, I was, but it's like, you know how those bards can be. They exaggerate everything, and we heard plenty of like things that obviously weren't accurate. So I'll be honest, I don't know how much of the story to believe.
Well, there is the rock with all the names.
The
Well, I mean,
the mushrooms were true.
oh, I'm sorry. I guess that was rude of me.
Yeah, the line about hive mind, mycelia, smell them, they kill ya. That was actually accurate.
Yeah, when I had mentioned we get into some very odd and interesting adventures, ones that are 1 in a million. Yeah, we get those all the time. This was just one.
I
We
mean,
have a million more to go.
y'all kept referencing Maidenthorn, and I was kind of a little too afraid to ask. But
Well, now you see why we weren't exactly forthcoming with it as well.
no, that makes sense. So kind of keep glancing over at Yofridir, and like obviously now kind of looks uncomfortable in his presence. It's just, strange.
I need to have that ring that Salinas has.
If it makes you feel better, I kind of got caught up in the fungi too. I mean, you share the weight of it, I suppose.
Ah. Well,
I mean, we've all been controlled in one way or another.
Ain't that the truth?
There was the time where I was good friends with Izzy, and I fought the party.
you all have certainly gotten yourselves in some interesting situations, but to be fair, I probably wouldn't be traveling with you if it weren't for said interesting situations, so...
I mean,
Well, Alpha will raise a glass and go to more interesting situations.
and honestly, more songs about us.
I'd
Yeah,
rather they leave me out of them.
I mean that was a
Don't...
good one.
I mean, I'm just... So kind of just like, motion is like, I mean, it's not really about being famous, it's about helping people.
Right, but then when you help those people, they are alive and they're happy and they tell stories. It's not so much like the fame of it, but more like uh the fact of the matter, I guess. It is because it is, and so it feels good because it is.
Well said.
That's fair.
I mean, I wish it was a little bit better of a song. I feel like Salinas could have done a far better job, but he's not here.
Well, perhaps we can have him write one later on.
Commission works an interesting angle. Though I suppose, much like Flower, he would probably try to deny it. Actually, no, I'm not quite sure. He might be up on it.
As the fire in the hearth burns low and the tavern's laughter fades to hushed murmurs, the hour grows late. As you all rise from your seats, weariness settling into your bones after a long and storied day, no sign of Wallace. Flower, ever the gracious host, leads you up the stairs to the room she's assigned to you. The only ones finished in the yet unfinished inn. So simple and sparse, rooms are warm and dry, touched with care, fresh linens, thick blankets, and windows that catch the moonlight just right. isn't much, but it's enough. Behind you, the tavern settles into slumber, and above, the wind stirs gently through the eaves as a brief peace, at least for tonight, settles in across Maidenthorn. The next morning, dawn hangs low and silver on the cobblestone. Celebration is over. City wakes slowly. Mist curls between the buildings. The warmth of the night fire still clinging to your clothes. Soot smoke. Stew mingling as you descend the stairs into the great hall. The scent of breakfast greets each of you before your feet even reach the floor. Warm bread, sizzling meat, something faintly sweet drifting on the air. Soft creak of your boots on the floorboards is joined by the murmur of morning conversation and the occasional clatter of dishes from the kitchen beyond. The inn, still under construction, bears signs of new life. Gentle haze of cooking smoke wafts through the great hall, cotton rays of golden sunshine as it comes through the windows. Fire crackles low in the hearth, battling off the morning chill, and smell of rosemary and cured pork carrying through, sharpened by the tang of onions and something earthy, possibly mushrooms. As Flower bustles out from the kitchen as soon as she spots you, her hands flour dusted and her eyes bright despite the early hour. "Good morning, dearies," she says with a wide grin. Sit, I'll bring you a bit of everything." Just like that, she's gone again, her voice calling something to the cook as the swinging door flaps shut behind her. 4 of you are left to your table, but only for a moment, as a semi-familiar figure steps over and takes a seat without introduction, as Captain Wallace joins you at the table.
In my defense, I just went along with their ride. I disagreed with them leaving you behind.
Glad to see you here.
I was a little bit taken aback by your failure to arrive at dawn. I suppose I can understand. My journey, I decided without you, my best bet was to try Alfred's idea of entering a tavern in Maidenthorn. What's supposed to happen next?
I'm more than certain this one's actually pretty safe, but you're... So, don't want to speak for the party, but I have no problem with you tagging along. I'm sure we will find some information that may help all of us.
Like I said, I argued we should have just gone with you from the beginning.
And I just want to be clear, I hope it didn't cause you no trouble, and wasn't anything against you. It was, it was a decision that, I suppose in a way, was a long time coming. But I figured we would get a head start, take some initiative.
And you are on the hook for watch order as well.
All right. Before you can get another word out, Flower arrives with your breakfast fare as she lays out A table full of steaming fare, thick slices of black bread, still warm from the oven, a savory egg pie, flecked with cheese and herbs, golden potatoes fried in duck fat, honey glazed root vegetables, and a bowl of soft fruit soaking in chilled cream. A clay teapot is set in the center, cups to fill at your discretion. Floral scented steam curling from its spout beside cups filled with strong, dark tea, sweetened by dried petals of some sort and a little bit of citrus. First sip of tea is bright and warming and a perfect start to what will likely be a long day. You all apparently are quite hungry.
These
Well,
three,
the owner's a good friend, but I can also put down quite a bit.
these three are apparently quite famous, right? The rest of Cybil Spear is, minus me. I wasn't around for that.
Yeah, and this is probably going to be one of the best meals that you have. Honestly, when I saw the flowers had set up shop here, I was so happy, but also very excited to sit down and have a meal.
Well, don't mind if I do. Go ahead and help himself to a plate and filling it with some of the food.
Well, I suppose if you're tidying the lawn, can you fight? And we don't expect much trouble on the road, but just in case.
I can hold my own.
Does he have, from what your player can see, does he have any weapons? Like, is he armed?
With him seated, yeah, you can see a short sword at his side. You all take in the breakfast and take what you like. I guess just for curiosity's sake, what's everybody eating? There's no fish, Cedric. There's no
That's
fish.
true.
Did you say that there's meat of any kind? Like bacon?
Actually, don't think I did list any meat.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No, egg pot, the egg quiche type setup is your protein.
Yeah. I mean, Lonan would probably go for the bread and the vegetables and the fruit mostly. I maybe
Yeah.
would try a little bit of the egg quiche.
Some bread and some fruit and cream.
Mhm.
Delicious.
It sounds really
Plenty
good.
of eggs. Gotta
I'm
get that
hungry.
Yeah,
protein. Some fruit.
Zitri will
Some
take bread, and he's going to go ahead and take some of the quiche and scrape it out with a spoon. He's going to go ahead and take some of the potatoes, scrape it out with a spoon, and then take some of the cream and scoop it out with a spoon. Heavy meal.
As you all partake in the breakfast fare, after a little bit, Zedri, you feel a movement at your side, like somebody brushing up against you, that kind of feeling. And you look to see a small dwarven child, no older than maybe 6. She toddled up to the party, and as you're finishing your meal, and she's got a folded scrap of rough parchment in her charcoal stained fingers. Without saying a word, she holds the piece of parchment out to you, eyes wide, expectantly looking up at you.
Of course. Zidru will go ahead and unravel it like a scroll of proclamation.
executes a little giggle as you give this flamboyant opening of this folded piece of paper. Looking inside, you find a simple, heartfelt drawing of 6 stick figures standing side by side beneath a lopsided and all in shades of gray rainbow. Each figure marked with just enough detail. They are stick figures, but just enough detail that you can make out the 6 members of Cybil's Spear that were here to save Maiden Thorn. So there's a smaller stature vault in there. That's actually what gives vault away. It's just that the person's half the size of all the other stick figures. But Salinas has got, you can make him out from, while his horns look very similar to another figure in the group, he has an instrument in his hand. Jofridir and Kiesel are identified by slightly different weaponry and a very bushy beard on the Jofridir figure versus a very simple one drawn in for Kiesel. And Alfred and Zedri are told apart by their different horns.
Wow, this is really, really good. Is this is the Arch of the God House that you drew on there? And he'll go ahead and point to the rainbow.
She just gives a giggle and then runs back over to you, who you presume to be her parents, over on another part of the inn. Just looking over her shoulder a couple times, just like smirking and smiling.
Zedri will nod and he'll turn back to the group. Okay, I asked her a question. She just kind of laughed and ran away. I sincerely don't know what this is. And he'll just point at the arch, but he'll say, but easy enough, this is us. I mean, we're getting portraits done now.
That was really precious.
Oh, that's obviously a rainbow.
Okay.
And she didn't have a lot of colors to work with. I wanted her to look at the drawing. But she's still very talented.
Would that I had some paints. I mean, that would be nice. But, honestly, don't tell him I said this. This might be rivaling Kiesel's drawing ability.
It's much better than the children back at my home.
I mean, you could definitely, see all the detail and work that was done into it. It's really nice.
But it is, we might not all be here, but, in order to put it in perspective, we're actually not on work right now. We are on vacation.
I mean, we're still trying to hunt down information about the dreamer. Is that not work?
Maybe a side gig.
I mean, it's kind of my main gig right now. My main thing's going on.
Right, sorry. Sure, I guess we are on work. Zedri just starts scraping at the bread again.
We are obviously trying to find more info, but a lot of the time this kind of info just comes to us. Like what's the absent here?
Wallace just nods his head. He goes to speak, and then he stops himself right before anything can get out of his mouth, just seemingly thinking better of making a comment.
Well, I'm guessing we should probably hold on to this for good measure, and Zedri will go ahead and take the drawing, and he'll put it inside the bag of holding.
There are some treasures more valuable than coin.
Mm-hmm.
Think we can all agree to that?
DM question. On the map of Maiden Thorn, are we gonna have to head the same way that we did to Urgard in order to go ahead and make it to Arbor? Shh. Okay.
Sort of. You won't have to actually go through Airguard because you don't need to be hugging the course. You're actually trying to make more of a beeline towards the bottom of the Granite Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't be going to Airguard. You'll be passing past the outskirts of it.
But we're gonna have to exit through the same part of Maiden Thorn where the stables were.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you want to take a side trek through the woods out to the temple and then over.
No, don't really want to get attacked by any cockatrices or anything.
They're less of a threat than they were last time.
Their population has been culled.
Decimated.
I was just meaning your levels are higher, but okay.
It's either those or emotional damage.
The ecological effect of the mycelium, no.
The call of the day is you know that it's morning, you know you need to continue your travels, so you don't linger too terribly long in the inn before you gather up your things.
Say goodbye to
Flower
Flower.
catches you before you head out the door, and well, I know you've been trying to, fight me on getting anything, freebies and nice, thanks for helping out. This one's not for me, so you're gonna have to take it anyway. But Jenica did line up horses for y'all. Sorry she couldn't make it over, but pressing business and all that.
Being busy.
Well,
is a
the
good
fifth
thing.
one was supposed to be a pack horse, but is this fellow traveling with you then too?
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I can be a horse.
True
She
sign.
laughed
that
a little bit. Alrighty then. Yeah.
We appreciate all of the food, Flower. It was wonderful. And I'll have to come back and get some of those recipes from you.
Oh, certainly, darling. That would be fine. I have packed you up with a good amount of food. Should be able to get you most of the way to Eagle Fall. I mean, some stuff's not going to keep all that well, but tried to get you some good rations, some bread. Also, overnight, ended up with a lot of things were dropped off. Tokens from members of the community. Folks heard you were in town. Wanted to pay their thanks for saving the town. So I've bundled all that up. That's on the extra horse, so you'll have to redistribute that around if, this fine gentleman's going to be riding that one. But leave the fun opening that up to yourselves. Some nice things. The people here are good. They really appreciate it. I hate to see you all leave so soon.
We will try to come back to visit soon. And of course, Maiden Thorn is our way back, so I'm sure we'll be back.
It was nice.
That's splendid.
Right. No, it was truly wonderful to see you again, Flower. It's great to see that you're doing so well.
We're all doing the best we can and doing well enough. Oh, well, let me see you out to your horses. There may be a crowd. I'm not sure. I heard rumors there might be a crowd. She opens the door, and yeah, there's probably 30, 40 people outside kind of gathered around the horses.
That's like the whole village.
That was left.
A few children that kind of are all excited and like ooh and ah and kind of cheer a little bit as you come out. A few more people hand tokens, like Flower had indicated that there were some dropped off overnight. A few like pressed some things into your hands. Nothing of like significant value, more just tokens of appreciation. Bundles of wildflowers, some fresh baked bread, there were fresh baked cinnamon rolls from one, just various different things, and let's go and get you all situated with them. You know, kind of. There's some hugs from random people you've never met, have no idea who they are, but the warmth and sincerity in their hug is just palpable. They just, you know, can feel how much appreciation they're giving for things. And as you mount your horses and prepare to make your way towards the edge of town, look out across all these folks, and Flower standing amongst them, kind of standing out as being the one recognizable face really amongst the group, as she smiles, although you could see her shedding a few tears seeing you go again. The tears glistening on her cheeks before finding their way into the fur on her face. A few more thanks, a few more farewells from people as the crowd parts ways and lets you travel down the road, leaving them behind. Some children run alongside for a bit, laughing and waving, you know, emphatically, that with a good silly amount of charm to it. As you make your way to the edge of town, you pass by the location you're concerned about, Zedri, but it's almost like it doesn't register. That thought is pushed from your mind as to you're caught up in everything that has gone on and all the appreciation, and you're actually watching one of the kids who's running and stumbles and tumbles along the ground, and your attention all gets focused to the opposite side of the road. You don't even notice as you pass Wynn's stables, or what used to be Wynn's stables. And you find yourself out on the open road, heading southwest towards the curve around the bottom of the Granite Mountains and the Leiden River, and into the Arbor Flame province.
As we're like getting out of town, your fur will give like a final turn back and wave. He's got a nice big warm smile, especially when with all the kids around and everything, and he'll just turn to the others and be like, "Is this what being the good guy feels like?"
Your have you never been the good guy?
No. I mean, I know the things that I have done aren't necessarily good, but I never really looked at them as bad either. But this feels nice.
Yeah, this is what I like. It's good to see them living.
It's nice to see everything healing.
It's a dream come true, I imagine, for y'all to see everything going all right.
Yeah, you could say that.
The question is, do cinnamon rolls keep in a bag of holding? I mean, I figured we could probably go ahead and take some to your family, right?
They might, but they might not make them.
Well, we will see. And Zidra just drops them into the satchel.
Oh, Alfred will pick one out before you drop all of them in, and he'll go, "Well, I don't mean about them lasting long enough. I think they might not make it there."
Oh.
And he'll take a bite.
I mean, Zidra's gonna reach to his side and he'll go ahead and pull one out that was like wrapped. I saved one for you.
Roll me a d20, Zedri.
Okay.
gonna play with the rules of bags of holding here. It's like you can go and pull out whatever you wish to, but how do you grab it when you pull that out?
Oh,
do you go icing first or icing last?
He set one
On the
out
ends.
before he poured all the rest.
Oh,
of them in
okay.
there.
You're not pulling one out
And
of
he
the
had
bag of
kept
holding.
it hidden. So the fact
Gotcha,
that Alpha
gotcha.
took one. It's fine. It just
That-
means that you have to have seconds. And Zidri will go ahead and like put it over on Alfred's lap.
Alfred will quickly finish the first one and start the second one. Yeah, it's not a problem.
Say one of you definitely catches Lonan giving the two of you a really just like, what? Like, what's going on there sort of look.
All right. As you make your way off into the south through running alongside the Bramblethorn Forest, your destination set, your party established, and the day awaits. That is where we will wrap things up for tonight. So, for those of you out there watching on the VOD, this is where we will wrap things up. Thanks for tuning in. Come watch live. It's more fun live. You can interact. You can do different things to influence things in the stream. And it's just more fun to have you here. So, come do that. And you could have been the lucky person who got gifted a sub tonight as thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Zebri? Is that?
Yeah,
pronounce it?
Zebri.
Zebri. For the gifted sub. I believe that's one of the first times we've had a gifted sub. Maybe we've had them before.
Oh, we
I'm not
had
sure.
some when we did a charity
The charity stream, I believe.
Michael
so
and
it's
I
our
did.
first non-charity gifted sub. So
Yes.
way to go, Zebri. Giveaway will roll over to next week. So if you're watching on demand, come check out the live and you can maybe win yourself some stickers. Or maybe I'll be really generous and throw in some dice too. So anyway, goodbye VOD viewers.
Bye.
Be safe.